Food Heist.
Food Heist. It's been a while.
It has been.
But we have a very good one. This one's from last month. This happened in Mexico.
Okay.
And it happened twice.
Okay.
In Michoacan, which is the state that every ice cream parlor is named after, but also the state where avocados come from.
Okay.
2 different times, a group of armed men hijacked a truck and stole 20 tons of avocados.
Okay.
So 40 tons of avocados stolen off of trucks. They stopped the truck. They moved all the crates from that truck to their own truck. They weren't in this for the trucks. And then they let the trucks go and took off with their avocados.
The avocado desperados.
That
one wrote
avocado
itself.
desperado. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
We have not used desperado for any of these things, and yeah, avocado desperados. I tried for a little bit of time to be like the avsperatos.
The avsperatos. Speaking Esperanto.
Desperavados.
If they get caught, they're going to need an avocado abogado, which an abogado is the word for lawyer.
Oh, okay.
In Spanish.
But the avocado desperados, they stole how much?
40 tons. 20 tons twice.
20 tons twice.
Yeah.
Of avocados.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know very little about avocados. I do like a fresh-made guacamole. I don't put avocado on many things. My wife does. She loves it. But I do know they seem to go bad real fast.
They have a very small window of perfection.
Yes.
They are not ripe, not ripe, not ripe. Eat me right now. Okay, too ripe.
Like a banana.
Mm-hmm.
So those desperados better have a buyer already lined up.
Well, the Mexico Attorney General's office links it to cartel activity.
Oh no!
So
they're actual bad guys.
They're actual bad guys.
That kind of kills the jokes a little bit.
A little bit, but like the thing is, I don't know. It says avocado growers have long been targeted by drug cartel extortion demands in Michoacan, and thefts of fruit on the trees in avocado orchards are not unknown, but hijackings of entire shipments are rare. So this might be people working against the cartels, who usually steal it off the trees.
Okay.
And so they're trying to, I don't know, change something.
Change Mexico one theft at a time.
One theft. It's the Robin Hood of avocados.
Okay. We'll try to pretend that they are the Robin Hood of
it's
avocados.
Robondo Hood.
Robondo Hood. Have you seen, we'll talk about actual bad guys. We're going to talk about villains today.
Yes, we are.
Have you seen the Saturday Night Live skit about the Villain Conference that has The Rock in it?
Oh, with The Rock? Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I love it.
I don't think we'll get into what The Rock built, but if your threshold for humor is a little over the line, go watch that clip.
Yeah. When the kind of comical supervillains are confronted with actual evil,
yes,
they don't know what to do about it.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
So
and he is so good in it.
Yes, he is.
And playing against type in a lot of strange ways.
I keep pointing out, I say The Rock is a good actor. The Rock has found a persona that people really like, that is successful, and he often acts that character. But people are too hard on The Rock. I think even things like Jumanji, he's showing a lot of range. And if you watch this clip, you'll be like, wow, he plays a befuddled nerd.
Yeah.
And you can almost forget that it's a man who has biceps the size of my head.
Yeah.
Who is playing the befuddled nerd. He's good.
Awesome.
So,
what are we doing with villains today?
Well, this is unpaid, paid intern Donald's suggestion to us. He thinks it would be fun for us to rank a group of iconic villains and put them on a tier list, not just based on whether they're a good character, but whether they have a good design. So he came up with four categories.
Like the genomic chart of villains.
And so he has good design and good character.
Okay.
He has good design, poor character. Now this is like character narratively, right?
Mhm.
They all have poor character because they're all villains.
But
they are the
do they work as characters?
yes. Do they work as characters rather than just a plot device, right? Poor design, good character. Poor design meaning, they may be appropriate for their story, but there's just nothing visually interesting about them. And then poor design, poor character is the last category. And we actually came up with some kind of quintessential baselines just so that you, the listener, kind of know where we're going with these different things. So you can disagree about kind of the interpretations, but these are the ones we'll be using.
Yeah.
Okay. So our choice for just an easy, good design, good character was Gollum.
Gollum is arguably my favorite character in all of literature.
Is he?
I find him layered and complicated and hateful and sympathetic all at the same time.
Yeah.
He is a great villain to the story, and his visual look feeds into that. This scrawny, little, abused, mistreated monster who looks pathetic and is pathetic, but keeps just needling and getting away with stuff.
And he's on the line. He's on the line of actually becoming good. And that conflict in him is legitimately powerful. It's what makes him work really well. We could have, if we'd been smart, we could have maybe done this all of our test cases as Lord of the Rings characters, because Sauron is your quintessential good design, bad character from the movies.
Yeah.
I understand. Do we have Sauron? Okay, so he's different. He's
good design, poor character.
Poor character. Yeah, good design, poor character.
Because you don't really get to know him. If you read the Silmarillion, there's obviously more going on.
We understand, but we're just using movie Sauron.
Yeah. Or even just trilogy Sauron.
Yeah, trilogy
He's
Sauron.
not a person.
He's not a person. He's a force to overcome. This isn't bad writing. In fact, that's good writing to have the knowable evil in Saruman and Gollum be our actually kind of characters we get to know, and then an overwhelming force. It's not a narratively bad decision, but the poor character is the decision. So you could have done that, and you could make an argument for poor design, good character on like some of the hobbits. It's hard though, because I'm not sure I can say that. Main reason being that the literal small person in a world of literal giants isn't actually really good design choice for going on adventure, telling this story that he wanted to tell.
Being completely out of his element, and et cetera, et cetera.
That said, I can't tell Merry and Pippin apart without sitting and thinking about it.
Really?
Yeah.
There's the jokester and the kind of fun-loving goofball.
Yes, there is. But in a lot of the shots,
no, you're right.
They have the same expression, and they act the same. But we probably could have used, So, but I don't know that I can even go that far to do that. So maybe we couldn't have used Tolkien.
Would you put Saruman into good character, poor design?
No, I'd put him in good design.
He's got a good design, but he is in many ways just, evil old man.
Yes, but he's evil old man in a story where you have a good old man counterpart. So he gets to why is he a good design? I will make the argument that a lot of people say, are you waiting to say something? What are you going to say?
If you could put these into 4 piles, it makes it easier for me.
4 piles is easier for you. Okay.
Yeah, Brandon, do your job right.
Well, these ones don't have to be put in 4 piles because the ink doesn't need to dry.
Oh, okay.
And usually I'm using a pen, and these are Sharpies. But I'll do what is easier. So people make the argument that in Tolkien, ugly equals evil. Right? Because of the
way the orcs work and
like
all
that.
This stuff.
But in the same movie and same series, you have Saruman, who is cool, like wise looking.
Yeah.
And, this idea of Sauron also was supposed to be an attractive man. At least he was able to fool the elves. He was an elf. And so Saruman existing and saying, okay, evil doesn't always look ugly. Evil can look non-ugly as well.
Even just the simple thing of the having your evil wizard be dressed in clean white robes, instead of black. Like there's no spider webs all over him. There's none of the classic signifiers of evil, except I guess the jet black tower that he's in.
Yes.
So you've convinced
some good
me.
Design on that. It feels, but again, it's hard to say. Like, what's our criteria? Is good design, you just look at it and say it's good, because our poor design, good character archetype we came up with was Moriarty. And Moriarty's just a dude. There's not a design, there's nothing really iconic about his looks.
Yeah. If you saw a picture of Moriarty without a label, you would have no idea who he was, or that he was important, or that he was a villain, or anything.
So you have a good argument for Saruman, if you like, design might have to be divorced from the context of the story. If you just see Saruman, you're like, yes, another wizard. But of course, Tolkien kind of initiated the idea of pop culture wizard. So you could also argue, well, so.
No, you've sold me there. Poor design, poor character.
This is what you came up with. Oh, you didn't even get a good shot of him.
None of them were good enough. They were all...
Oh, there's pictures of ugly M.O.D.O.K all over the internet.
Yes, but this website was being mean and would not let me put it on.
Okay.
You'll have to deal with it.
So the nightmare fuel that is M.O.D.O.K from the
from Quantum Mania. I actually love M.O.D.O.K in the comics.
Do you?
He is interesting. I think he looks cool. The translation into the movie ruined everything about him. But even aside from the comparison, pretend like you've never seen this character before, which I think is true of the vast majority of people who saw the movie.
You have to get you can't look at this one that we put up though. You have to get the one where the iconic shot that everyone shares.
Shows the face.
Yeah.
Because the face is, first of all, it is not covered with wrinkles. And so you get this bright, smiley, happy face that's too big for the little container that it's in and things like that. It's just, and then he isn't even in there for any reason other than I think the screenwriters wanted to use M.O.D.O.K. Like the story doesn't require him. He doesn't do anything important or
completely.
And he just looks goofy.
He's there you go. To decide to be a hero at the end for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm there with you. That one didn't work. All right, so let's go down Donald's list. Okay?
Yeah, we have a couple.
So let's start with aliens from Alien.
Yeah, the Xenomorphs. I'm going to put this in good design, poor character for the same reason as Sauron.
Are ya?
You don't get to know him. I think that they are incredibly iconic and evil-looking, fantastic production design. But, like, they don't have a personality.
Well, I'll make a slight argument for them.
Okay.
All right? So, this, I don't know that I can justify this, but I'm going to play devil's advocate. Because my initial instinct is same place. Incredibly amazing design. Definitely not used poorly in their narrative. We're not picking characters that, M.O.D.O.K was. It's going to be hard to get anything in that last category for us. But the chest burster, the desire of an alien species to use your body as a host and break out from within you is a really interesting motivation that does not exist anywhere else in literature, except unless you count some zombie narratives or things like that, right? Like, that motivation alone is fascinating. This thing doesn't want to eat me. This thing wants to impregnate me.
Well, and that's the thing, is it's basically just a rapist, right?
Yeah, but it's like the wasps that lay their eggs in a spider. Or things like that, right? Like, you can't really see that anywhere else. So there's my argument for them. I agree with your placement, but I'm going to put an asterisk on it and say there's some motivations there that no other movie monster really has.
I think I'll give you that.
Right?
A little, so good design, poor character, asterisk.
There's something really cool about this. So, all right.
Cool. Who's next?
Big Brother.
Big Brother. I have not played. That's BioShock,
Yeah,
right?
BioShock. Yeah.
I haven't played those.
So, Big Brother.
I think they look cool.
Why don't you, Donald, do this one with me? Definitely good design, right? Big Brothers plus
Instantly
with the little
recognizable.
sisters.
Yep.
Yeah, instantly recognizable. Good contrast with the little sisters.
My question came down to, did BioShock 2, which has you playing as one, sell it enough to go, is this typically a good character driven?
Right.
Because in the first one, they're not. They're straight up just spooky enemy. They're the pain in the butt to fight.
Right. Little sisters have way more to them.
Correct.
Then I'm going to put them in bad character. Even though 2 you play as one, like, that's not necessarily...
Yeah, I agree. I don't think 2 sells it enough to make it a good character. But design, instantly recognizable.
Right.
I feel bad that we're calling this poor character, because really, we're mostly talking about flat character.
Flat character.
I've traded flat character.
There you go.
There you go. Nice and easy to change. Flat character.
Flat character. Yeah.
Woo.
M.O.D.O.K can still just be a bad character.
I'm curious to see, what did you do?
Nothing.
I'm curious to see if we come across one that we genuinely think is a bad character.
Yeah. Yeah, genuinely think is bad. I mean, M.O.D.O.K is a perfect example. He's so bad in that movie.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Who's next?
Next is Boba Fett, but we're gonna skip Boba Fett because it's just another good design flat character.
Yeah.
We've had too many of those in a row. Maybe when you were placing them, you were subconsciously. So let's go to Captain Hook. Is Captain Hook?
Captain Hook. This
Captain
is
Hook.
Disney's
Disney's Captain
Peter
Hook.
Pan, Captain Hook.
I was tempted to put Hook Captain Hook up there.
Oh, yeah.
But
is Captain Hook a good character? I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm tempted. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't really love him,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm tempted to just put him up in good design and good character because he's become the archetypal pirate.
Yep.
You know, and it's the extra little foppish details
Mm-hmm.
which the Hook exaggerated even further with, you know, the face makeup and all the other things. The way that he has the hook hand has become so defining for cultural pirates, and the kind of nemesis ticking time bomb of the crocodile.
Crocodile adds a lot to his character.
Yeah.
If he didn't have the crocodile, I don't know that he would land there. But his rivalry with Peter Pan is actually kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The ticking clock is really the ticking time bomb, quote unquote, like of the crocodile that will eat him someday. His relationship with Smee is also a different dynamic. He has different faces he's putting on, and for the era and show he's in, that's a whole lot to a villain. Like, you compare this to some of the other Disney villains of the era, like Snow White, Cinderella, like, they're just straight up evil. They love being evil. Ha ha ha, we're evil. And Captain Hook is like, I just keep getting creamed by this kid, and it undermines my authority, and also I'm terrified of this crocodile. He's just got a lot more going on.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, excellent. Captain Hook, good design, good character.
Yep.
All right, Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. You didn't put a lot of bad designs up here. You really should have struggled and found some more bad designs.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if we actually want to skip Darth Vader, I'm curious. Would you put, because you guys grew up with DuckTales, I assume.
Yes, but I don't remember
Yeah, but
it very
this
well.
dude wasn't really the nemesis in the original DuckTales.
Who was the nemesis?
It was different every week.
Yeah.
It was different every week?
They didn't have a long-term kind of Krang and Shredder style
Like, I
nemesis.
can't even name him.
Yeah, that is different Scottish McDuck guy.
Right, so to give context, this is Flintheart Glomgold, who...
Flintheart Glomgold.
Yes.
You made that up.
I did not. It's one of my favorite things.
Okay.
So even without knowing it, though, you had proven my point. You would not be able to tell.
Well, I haven't watched it in the media, so I can't claim, right? I have to be completely neutral. Like
I think he is.
evil Scrooge McDuck is lazy.
Yeah, I want to put him in poor design for sure because he
Yeah.
just looks like
Just
Scrooge McDuck with a beard.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's
which
the
is
joke of those things, but
Yeah.
it is a bad design, right?
But like you remember the old DuckTales, and for all I know, the new DuckTales is brilliant and wonderful.
Yeah.
I've never watched it. I don't know. But the one that I watched growing up, there
The
was
ducks
like a
did all
femme
look
fatale
different.
duck.
Yeah.
And there were all these different kinds of duck designs. And so is Flintheart Glomgold, those who know, is he like a recurring villain who's the problem in every episode?
Having seen the new DuckTales, no. The new DuckTales follows similar thematic beats of
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So
Okay, but I don't know enough about his character to
yeah,
put
you
him
have
in
to decide, Donald.
good character or poor character.
I would put him in poor design, good character, because he
Okay.
is. Because you had proven the point that I was trying to somewhat make, which is if you didn't know, you'd probably just be like, oh, it's Scrooge McDuck with a beard. If that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's actually who I thought it was.
That's my point.
No, he's got evil eyes.
Well, it's angry Scrooge McDuck. He's angry all the time.
No, when he's angry, he doesn't have evil eyes.
Those aren't
No,
evil
those
eyes.
are so evil.
Those are just angry duck
No,
eyes.
those are not. Get angry
I'll
Scrooge
pull up the
McDuck.
picture right now.
Okay.
Get angry Scrooge
fine.
McDuck. They're going to draw the eyes differently. They're not going to put like the slant on those slants his entire eye all the way down the
That's
side.
his whole face.
It's his whole face. They're putting the little kernel in the center to make him extra mean. See, Scrooge McDuck looks angry, not.
You're right. You're right.
Not evil. This guy looks. See, he's smiling. That's part of it. When you're
Yeah.
angry, you don't smile. When you're evil,
Okay.
you're mean and smiling.
Love it.
So,
That's a wonderful, wonderful analogy.
That's how he taught his children about evil.
I'm just gonna pick these randomly.
Go
now.
for it.
Khan
Khan from Star Trek.
from Star Trek.
Oh man,
Have you watched that recently?
yes, it's great.
I love
He's a fantastic character.
He is a fantastic character. I love in the old Star Treks when you cut to a woman and they put on the soft filter
Yeah,
to let you know.
that you're supposed to
Yeah.
feel something for this woman.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
I'm gonna give a controversial opinion here. I think his outfit looks dumb.
I don't think that's controversial.
I've always thought his outfit looks dumb. I know they were trying for he comes from a different era, but he still comes from an era past our Earth times with super soldiers and things.
Yeah.
He looks
well,
dumb.
in Wrath of Khan, Khan is literally living in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and he does look like they borrowed that costume from a Mad Max movie, right?
Yeah. But
I still am gonna agree with poor design, great character.
I guess did he have a different outfit in the actual episode?
He did. He looked
Yeah.
very chic.
Did he look very chic? Boy,
Yeah.
I just have in my head
It's
that
because
is
he
Khan.
was unfrosted, and then they gave him like some new outfits. But yeah,
Yeah.
he is so much better known as this post-apocalypse wasteland
Okay.
Khan
Well,
than the other Khan.
That is more appropriate. It's still dumb. If you
Yeah.
live in the post-apocalypse, you do not have to show your chest. In fact,
They
probably
didn't have enough fabric to show the whole chest. They needed it for the collar.
So yeah, Khan, great villain, very good movie, decent episode.
Yeah.
Looks dumb.
Space Seed, name of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. We agree on that one.
Yeah.
Who's next?
By the way, they did not improve his design when they had Benedict Cumberbatch played him.
No, if anything, they worsened it.
What should we do next, Ollie?
Voldemort.
Voldemort.
This is movie Voldemort.
Movie Voldemort. Good design. I mean,
Yeah, that's
Voldemort is a lot better.
a lot of what we're dealing with here are iconic villains.
yeah.
They are iconic because they look cool
Yep.
in many cases, and that is absolutely the case for Voldemort.
Voldemort looks very cool. He may look a little like an Elden Ring turtle to me now. Do you know that joke, Dan?
No, I don't.
When I did my Halloween costume, which you can find here on the YouTube channel several years ago, I did a live stream.
Oh, yeah.
And I cosplayed the Turtle Pope from Elden Ring, and the face prosthetic we used was Voldemort.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you can get that pretty easily.
Nice.
So So yeah.
I love his design. I think he looks just malicious and gross and
snake-like, which is very appropriate.
Almost more eel-like. Maybe it's just the coloration, but he looks very sea monster-esque.
Is Voldemort a good character? Is he?
This is going to be the most controversial statement of the entire evening.
I
don't know. I want to say no. And I don't think he's particularly deep of a character.
He's not interesting.
He's evil
Snape
because he wants to be evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole series is carried by Snape.
And they keep trying to add all this tragic backstory to him, and it just never landed for me.
I like the books. Now, I'm not one of these revisionists who's like, no, I never liked Harry Potter. I still think they're good. In Voldemort, you can have, like, Harry's not much of a character. He gets better and better as the series goes along. He's an audience stand-in. Voldemort's, what if Sauron but Snake? But I think the books... I don't think it's holding the books back.
Yeah.
But every scene we have, like, from his viewpoint, is it from his viewpoint or from the snake's viewpoint or whatever? When we see him, he's just twirling that mustache and cackling about being evil. That's what he does.
Yep. And dear listeners, please, if you're a big, huge fan of Voldemort, keep that to yourself. I don't need to read the giant treatise in the comments about how he's actually really deep and complex.
See, you put Megatron on here. You should have put Starscream, because Starscream's an interesting character.
I'm happy to put Starscream up.
Megatron's a dull character.
Megatron
Starscream
is dull.
Is fascinating.
I would, in fact, put Megatron into poor design, poor character.
Yeah, I can argue that. He's got to be the worst designed.
He's the worst designed Transformer, like across the board.
Yep.
He just
doesn't
looks
make sense.
Goofy.
Like, at some times he transforms into a gun and a robot shoots him, and other times he transforms into a gun and a human shoots him.
Yeah.
And sometimes he transforms into a gun and he shoots himself.
Mm-hmm.
Where is my continuity and logic in my 80s cartoon show?
Where's our conservation of mass Transformers?
But Starscream is interesting.
Yeah. Starscream is a very kind of venal character. He wants approval and fame more than he wants power, which first of all is, another pretty common archetype, but more interesting at least than Megatron is.
I mean, he is kind of flat, but there's so much dynamic to him with the others, and when he gets to lead and he does a bad job of it.
Yeah, he's always trying to prove himself.
Yep. Starscream is the OG Vegeta. You don't do Dragon Ball.
I don't know Vegeta very well.
So is he a good design? Here's the thing. I'm going to say no, because he's just ripping off Robotech.
He's basically a Robotech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it transforms the same way as the Robotech. They just ripped off Robotech. Am I in trouble? Did Transformers come first? Did Macross come after?
Robotech predates it.
It's got to, right?
Yeah.
Not Robotech, Macross.
Well, here's the thing. Because the Veritechs in Robotech, they're a great design.
Yes, they are.
And so, does he have a good design because he's literally just a Veritech fighter?
No, he stole someone else's cool design. He has to go in bad design for that
so
reason.
His designers did a bad job.
Yes.
But he himself has a good design because they stole it from someone who did a good job.
Okay, interesting.
Right?
So, Macross, 82.
Uh-huh.
Transformers, 84.
Okay.
85 is Robotech.
Yeah. So do you know the story of Macross?
No.
Robotech? So, internet, correct me if I'm wrong, but as I recall, Macross is a single season series that they made. And maybe they made some later ones, but it was a thing. It was popular. Someone licensed it for America, and they're like, we need to get to syndication levels. You need to have how many episodes it is to be able to
100 episodes to
100
syndicate.
episodes. And they did not have 100 episodes in the season. So they bought a different season first season of a different show that had giant robots. And they rewrote all the dialogue and everything and turned them together into Robotech.
Oh, that's amazing.
Parallels, but does not exactly use the plot of Macross, and put it out so they had 100 episodes so that they could do multiple seasons of the show that it only had one season, and they pretend they're all the same show.
That is super cool.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
I wish that happened more often.
So, So anyway, that's where I'm putting it. You can put it in good design.
You want
it
poor
is...
design, good character? I'm going to put it in good design, good character.
Okay.
But
this is our first big disagreement.
Here,
right.
copy it.
Copy.
Okay.
I will copy.
And then put them up in both.
Okay.
Because I agree that his designers did a bad job, but he's an inarguably good design, even if they didn't originate it.
I'll fix it in post.
All right. Shredder.
Shredder
A good design?
Oh.
Here's the thing. It's kind of hard to say because Shredder's, like all of the TMNT, original design was all parody.
Mm-hmm.
It was done as a joke.
Yeah. And we have a whole episode about this.
Yes. And so is Shredder a good design because he's funny looking and his name is stupid? It's become iconic. Now you say the Shredder, you're like, ooh. But when they did it, it's like, what kitchen appliance can he be? And it's like, he's the Foot Clan because Daredevil fought the Hand Clan or something like that.
Exactly.
It's just like, it's all parody. It's all a joke. It's the most over-the-top loony thing they could think of, and they just did it. And it is kind of funny. But now it's all serious.
Yeah. Well, part of the problem for me with Shredder, and I already used this when we were talking about the duck, and I'm sorry, Dan, I keep hitting my cable accidentally because it's right in front of my fingers. Krang and Shredder for me is shorthand for the ubiquitous boring villain.
Mm-hmm.
Because in at least one of the cartoons, and I think several of them, they were behind every single villainous plot.
Yep.
And you never had to wonder, I wonder who's going to be the bad guy? Who's actually behind this evil scheme? Oh, it's always Krang and Shredder. And he loses a ton of points from me for that.
For just being boring.
Yeah. I kind of want to go poor design, poor character on him.
I think I have to go good design just because, well, that version.
You can talk me into good design because
of the parody.
He is good design for the Eastman and Laird original concept.
But this isn't that. So I'll go with you on that one. This isn't that. They're taking seriously what was meant to be ridiculous. And the joke is no longer a part of any of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of there in the kids' cartoon because you could tell they knew this was silly. But by now, the Shredder is not silly anymore.
Especially this image taken of him is like, look how rad he is. No, he's not.
How much time do we have left?
We've got about 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes.
Oh, we got a lightning round this
Yeah,
then.
well, let's lightning round some. All right, Darth Vader.
Darth Vader, good design, good character.
Agreed. Even not counting prequels.
Yeah.
The moment where he has to stand down to Grand Moff Tarkin and that he is this old space knight that follows a space wizard and has some sort of moral code and some really interesting.
Yeah.
Fascinating from the opening.
The very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the most iconic villain designs ever. Yep. Let's go ahead and throw Boba Fett onto good design, flat character.
Kylo Ren, since we're on Star Wars.
Kylo Ren. Ugh.
I'm going to go from the original movie, good design, good character. It's the only time, I was super skeptical of his design being like, oh, he's a Darth Vader knockoff. And then that's the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's specifically about him trying to be a Vader knockoff.
Yes.
Because he hero worships him.
And JJ, so when I asked JJ about him, JJ's explanation was, when I was a kid growing up, I think I've told this story before,
I don't remember
scariest thing I could think of was my dad being evil. And then it happened in Star Wars, and it left just a mark on me. As a father, he said, the scariest thing I can think of is losing my son to evil.
Yeah.
And Adam Driver does a good job. He is the gold star of that sequel trilogy.
At 100%.
And his character, I think, works.
Yeah. And for all the flaws that the third movie has, the moment where he grins in the final battle when he's decided he's going to be good and he has the lightsaber and he flashes the most iconic Harrison Ford grin, which not only cements him as the son of Solo, but instantly makes him likable after
Yes.
every horrible thing he's done.
Mhm.
Adam Driver did just an unbelievable job with that.
All right. Is this which Pac-Man Ghost is this?
Oh,
Pinky?
you're testing my,
It's not
my
Pinky
gamer
Pinky is
knowledge.
pink.
Pinky's pink.
This
Pinky,
is
is it just red?
Let's find out.
Pinky.
don't they all have
Inky-
rhyming
Yeah,
names?
yeah. Pinky, Inky, Blinky, and
this will be Blinky,
Blinky.
then.
Blinky. Okay.
Blinky. Okay.
Blinky. Good
Pac-Man
design.
Ghosts.
No character.
Good design, flat character. Iconic design, as are
Yeah.
so many of these.
Yep.
I have to be biased. What do you put a Cobra Commander?
Cobra Commander.
Cobra. You have to use the Cobra Commander voice, Donald.
I think Cobra Commander,
Yes,
Cobra
Cobra
Commander is a terrible character.
Commander.
Yep.
Poor design, poor character.
Anytime I'm going back to my kid
That's
when I was
fair.
watching his kids. Anytime the other villain, like Serpentor, came on and was actually villainous, I'm like, why do we ever have Cobra Commander? He is
Because
so
he
awful.
is the Krang and Shredder of G.I. Joe.
He's just
Poor
so,
design, poor character.
I know the faceplate is cool.
The faceplate is cool.
I'm gonna put him in good design myself.
I'll
The
go to
faceplate,
good design.
like-
I'll give you that.
You know, yeah. Now
Kind of a cyberpunk Nazi thing going on.
Skeletor is in his own category, named Skeletor. Okay.
All right.
We can't. Oh,
No,
okay.
No, he's in his own category
Okay.
named
Clearly,
Skeletor.
his category should be blue.
He's in his own category named Skeletor.
There we go.
Because the memes have redeemed him.
Well, redeemed him from what? He's always been fantastic.
Okay, well there we are. He's in his own. He's in his own thing.
What?
What's that?
Bowser.
Bowser. I'm gonna say Bowser.
Bowser is he's good design, flat character. Like, I know nothing about Bowser, and I've played a lot of Mario games.
Yeah. Is he a good design? Yeah, I think he is. He's gotten good over
Yeah.
the years.
He's
that
just
design
he's
of
a
him right there.
dinosaur turtle,
He's a dinosaur turtle.
and that's cool.
Nicol Bolas.
Nicol
good
Bolas.
character, inconsistent design.
That is very true.
Yeah, I'm happy
He has
with
a
that.
different face in every incarnation. They cannot decide how he looks. And in his first card, he's an old fat dragon reading books. And they want him to be the villain of the multiverse, but they've made him into an interesting character over time. So,
Where do you put? This is just one image, but Dracula.
which version? Like,
This is currently just the Castlevania version of him, but Dracula is a character.
Just
is-
Dracula in general.
Yeah. Where do you? Because his
Good design, good character.
Yeah, you like
Yeah?
you like the design?
Well, I mean, this Castlevania Dracula is
No, I'm not talking about
Kinda
this one,
boring,
just like as
but
he's described
Dracula
in, the
in
books.
general. I
Yeah.
mean, again, we're talking about a character who is incredibly iconic, who has defined for so many of us what a
Yeah, but
vampire
there's
is.
so many different versions of him.
But previous to Dracula, we had Nosferatu. He
Yeah.
was the one who kind of codified this elegant, posh, noble Dracula,
But
as
in the-
opposed to the
Yeah.
creepy, weird monster.
But in the book, he has like a stylish mustache and stuff.
Well, yeah. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Previous,
It was Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Okay, I get it.
Made modern vampires.
because you said Nosferatu, and I thought of the movie, which came after Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Well, Nosferatu as a character is much older.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you said Nosferatu, and I'm like, but so I was that. Led
No,
me straight.
no.
Okay.
Sorry for that confusion. I think that I mean the really fancy, elegant vampire is a wonderful design.
Okay. Thanos. Good character. I mean, I love Thanos as a villain. Is that a good design?
The Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
We need one called Raisin.
Oh boy. Brr.
I'm gonna say not good design, and here's why.
Okay.
They did a good job with him, but I think that if you're going to sit down and say to the MCU, you're going to take Kevin Feige, you're going to take the Russo brothers, you're going to say, all right, it has to be Thanos. Because, the comics.
Mm-hmm.
If you were going to design Thanos, would you make him look like this? And everyone would be like, no. If we're going to make the big bad of the biggest movie series of all time, He's not going to be a big purple guy with chin wrinkles. We're going to come up with something cooler, but they had to do Thanos, and Thanos has a Thanos copter. He's kind of dumb. The comics, like, it's one of those things where you throw all these things at the wall and you happen to write a really interesting character, and that's the design he has, so you're stuck with him. That's what I think.
You need to make a new one
For Raisin. Yeah.
Oh, because he's a raisin? I don't actually like Thanos' character either. And you and I have argued about this before. I don't dislike him as much as you like him, so I am willing to leave him in the good character column.
I think we probably have to call it.
Yeah, we can wrap it.
We can wrap it.
No, I think we have to do Joker.
Oh, Joker. Well, I mean,
because Joker is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, so there's an example
Is Joker a good character?
Yeah. This one.
Well, the Heath Ledger one, yeah.
That Joker's a very good character. I think we have to go with some of these, like, Joker's been interpreted by so many people so many times. He's also a good character in the television show, the Kevin Conway Batman.
The Timverse.
Yeah, they did a good job with him with that. And that extends kind of to Arkham Asylum because it's same kind of voice acting team and stuff like that. There are some flat Jokers.
I feel like Joker has become too much of a caricature.
Have you read, like,
I don't know.
like, Killing Joke?
Yeah.
Killing Joke has problems, but he's fantastic in Killing Joke, right?
But Killing Joke is also 30 or 40 years old.
Yes. But, I mean, if you're going to be like, every incarnation of the character has to be good, then it's going to be hard to get.
Well, yeah,
right?
You're right. I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
we can leave him where he is.
In general, people do a good job with Joker, and that version that we have on here is the best version.
An absolutely wonderful version. Okay, cool. I'm down. We've come up with an excellent list.
Yep. Someday, maybe we will do this with heroes, because I think the hero one would be more interesting.
Yes. Is there any other character on this list or in the rest of the universe that you would put in the Skeletor row?
Oh, in Skeletor?
Yeah.
Who gets to... Oh, who also is Skeletor?
For a villain? Ooh, that's tricky.
Also,
I put Kefka in there personally, but that's because I'm a Final Fantasy fan.
Kefka's just another Joker.
Yeah. Who gets to be in Skeletor?
Yeah. I don't know. Dear listener, this is
awesome
our question for you.
To be in Skeletor.
Yeah.
Because you can't just be a good designer. You got to be awesome.
Someone who is awesome.
Awesome and Skeletor.
Ben.
Ben.
Ben.